folks, Jim Lyon, Limestone City Fishing Charters, Kingston, Ontario. I have not posted in a while because traditionally when I spring fish, it's mostly at night and the GoPro doesn't work. Also, the odd time I was out in the evening, I don't like to post the location I'm fishing on the Bay of Quinte because there are spots that are pretty recognizable, and a lot of people will capitalize on where I'm fishing. I actually have people reach out to me and they want to book a charter because they are looking for some new spots. Really? Well, anyway, so far this spring it has been a tremendous year right from opening night. I think opening night alone we had 2 fish over 10 pounds, and it's just continued to be a great year. If I'm not trolling the shores in the Bay of Quinte, I'm on some of the shoals at night casting Rapala husky jerks, and that's been extremely productive this year. I couldn't tell you how many fish over 10 pounds, fish up to 12 pounds, which is pretty impressive. And I want to show you what probably I would have to say is the biggest reason for our success, and not just in the spring, all times a year, but right now definitely in the spring. So I do run forward facing sonar on this boat when I'm trolling, and I always see fish ahead of the boat, but at 80 feet they start to disperse because either the motor noise or the boat noise or something is spooking these fish, so they go out to the side. Well, how do you fish out to the side? You do it with offshore tackle planer boards. Now, I'm fortunate enough to be on Team Canada for offshore. A great product. I mean, everybody uses them. All they do is put your lines out, and you can put your lines, this is how you would fish 5 or 6 lines. You'd have 3 to a side, and or more if you have the people. But this is the reason for our success in the spring, because literally when we're fishing shorelines, we're in 15 feet of water and we're running lures 10 feet from the back of this board, 10 feet from the back of the board, running them in shallow. And it's just you would not be able to do that if you were just flatlining. So anyway, I'm going to show you the biggest impact for me and on the offshore board. So on the offshore board, I use, they call it the Sam's Pro Release. And the Sam's Pro Release, what I do is I bolt it, and I bolt it facing forward in line with my rod holders there. So it's a straight instead of like a 90 there. So anyway, I want to show you. So you have to use, you can use the black offshore snapper clip, but I prefer the red clip with the pin. You have to have the pin. And of course, one of the biggest things you have to make sure is that you put the line behind the pin, or you know, I've had a few of these things float away. I do put my name and phone number on them. I have actually got a couple of them back. There are a few honest fishermen. I have found boards trolling with no name or number on them. I'd be happy to return these, and I know most of the guys that I fish with would be happy to return these if you had a name and number on them. So come on, guys, put the name and number on here. So I'm going to show you the setup that I use for the Sam's Pro Release. And I know there's a ton of guys that fish, they're way better fishermen than I am, and they'll have a different opinion. So these Sam's Pro Releases, when they come, you get them with a split ring, all right? And you can hook it up for the split ring. And I'll tell you right now that if you're fishing and you're using any kind of snap weights, they do not work with the boards will not track properly if you're using the split ring with your snap weights, all right? And so you have to permanently attach, and like I said, there's a picture of it right there. That's how I have it facing forward, okay? So I'm going to show you how I hook this thing up. So the first thing that you do is you hook up the back. and you make sure that it's behind the pin, all right? And this is very important here. This took me a long time to figure this out. So there's a throat right here. And so what I do, there is a tensioning screw right here that you can adjust the tension that this will release. And I have had it get caught on there. So anyway, you put the line right through the throat like that there. All right, you pin it, you wrap it around 5 or 6 times like that, and then you snap it with the line in the throat. And folks, this is what I'm yeah, sure, this is what you get with braid that blows all over the place, but whatever. So anyway, so here's my setup right here. All right, so we get a fish on, that fish hits like that, there's your board. There's no torque from a big fish, be it a sheephead, a salmon, a large walleye, trout, pike. You can use, it doesn't matter, these things. Anyway, so again, in the back pin, all right, through the throat. You have to go through the throat. Works best for me. I'm not going to say it works best for everybody, but for me, and I've got hundreds and hundreds of hours using these things in this setup, and it works extremely well. So there's your slack line. You have to have slack line between the 2 pins, all right? So you get a fish, there it goes. It releases like that. And you get a really big fish, it'll snap that. It makes a heck of a noise, which is an indicator that you have a very large fish on. So this is the setup that I use. There are a ton of anglers that are way better than I am that use a little different. This works great for me, and I have hundreds and hundreds of hours experimenting. This has been my best setup, and I suggest that you give it a try. You do have to drill 1 hole when you put it in. You just have to do 1 tiny little hole to face it forward like that. And I mean, this is my go-to. This is without a doubt. If you're not using offshore planer boards, you're really not getting the benefit of your fishing because the fish are so spooked. There's so many boats over top, and all these do are give you the opportunity to get your lures away from the boat noise, and also you're able to use 3, 4, 5 rods aside, whatever you want. So anyway, you can reach me at Limestone City Fishing Charters at gmail.com or jimlyon620@gmail.com, and I'm happy to help you out if you have any setup issues or questions. All right, so limestonecityfishingcharters.com or jimlyon620@gmail.com. Thanks.